Hi and welcome to Finance TV. Today's topic is how spies and IT hackers are attacking Germany's companies' networks. Our studio guest today is Al Lakhani, international respected expert on cybersecurity and cyber protection from Alvarez and Marsal. Welcome to our studio.
We Gates. Hi, Michael.
Hi, wonderful. Many people are getting more and more concerned about what is happening in the hacker atmosphere. Every day there are 10 major attacks on Germany's company networks, and the number is growing. You're an expert, you're an insider. Tell us, what is going on out there in the world of cyber crimes right now?
Well, it's a very fast developing world in cybercrime. What started primarily as teenagers that were busy, up to no good, it has now turned into a professional game. And there are politically minded people, there are nation-state attacks that steal IP, and then obviously there are organized crime groups that want to focus on stealing your money. So it is a very dynamic and dangerous environment.
Can you be more precise on who these people are and who's paying them?
If you are focusing on intellectual property, there are certain nation states that are focused on that, because rather than spending billions of dollars or euros on doing R&D, it's easier to just steal the secrets. So in some ways that's spying. Then there are organized crime groups that are focused on stealing your money, your credit card information, etc., your bank accounts, which is another type of spying. And then obviously some of the most visible is the hacktivists, which are focusing on politically driven agendas.
The service providers claim that cloud drives offer a much higher level of security than any Mittelstand company can achieve on its own. Are they right?
I think it depends. The answer is not straightforward, because the biggest threat that companies face is not by switching IT. The biggest threat that companies face is because of their supply chain. And what I mean by supply chain is you might have a very strong infrastructure, but it is only as strong as your weakest link. So if you are, for example, a bank, and you are asking a third party to process all your payments, your bank might be very secure, but if the third party is not secure, your bank is weak. So I don't think cloud per se is the silver bullet.
One of the major opportunities for German industry is the Factory 4.0. So the machines communicating with each other. This is what we intend to be one of the world market leaders. Now, my idea is, if we have communicating networks inside our factories or inside the factories we construct for our customers, isn't this a new entry point or one more entry point for hackers and spies?
Absolutely. I think that's a great point. If we focus on the world, which is now connected, obviously the chances of attacks increases because everything is connected. There was a survey that I read that said that for an automotive manufacturer, if the production is stopped for a minute, it costs them 22,000 euros. Last year, I was involved in for a client. The client was attacked, and I was involved in the remediation of it. And their factory was down for 2 weeks. It was a luxury goods manufacturer. So if you do the math, if it's 22,000 per minute, it's, I think, 25 million a day, close to 200 million a week. I think this is a real big challenge. And I think before German companies go to Industry 4.0, I think they really need to start thinking about forward-leaning cyber strategies that help them protect themselves from these kind of malicious attacks.
What exactly must a company do now, and what can be done if we look some years into the future?
Well, I think there are three things you could do now. Number one, I think companies need to focus on a vulnerability assessment. They need to focus on a cyber readiness assessment. And that is something that every Mittelstand should do today. Then comes the next phase, which is how do you prepare the company, because it will get attacked. And so now that you've closed the vulnerabilities, then comes the next plan, which is I am going to make sure that I'm ready when there is an attack. And then comes the third piece, which is insurance. I think similar to the way you and I buy life insurance or health insurance, companies are now offering cyber insurance. And I think companies should buy the cyber insurance because they will get attacked. So that's the short term.
So we come to our final questions of Finance TV. I invite you to answer with yes or no.
Okay.
First question for you. Is Germany a prime target for the world's hackers and spies?
Yes.
Second question. Are the fears around cybercrimes exaggerated?
No, not at all. I think on the contrary, I think people need to be more aware of how dangerous this is.
And the last question. Is cloud computing going to make the life of hackers harder?
That's difficult to answer yes or no, but if I had to pick one, I would think that it is going to make their lives a little bit easier.
Easier?
Yes.
Interesting answer, interesting talk. Many reasons to be watchful. Thanks for your visit, Al, and thanks for watching our show. See you again on Finance TV. Bye-bye.